Welcome to blog number 54, me learning to play the Melodeon and my experiences with it. And in my last blog, which is the first one that I'd done for about a couple of years, I was talking about getting my Hohner Erica refurbished by Martin White, who lives just down the road from me here in Essex. And yesterday I went and picked it up, so I'm going to show it to you now. Bit of background here. 5 years ago I bought this, which is my first ever Melodeon. It's a black Hohner Erica from the early 90s. So I got on really well with this for quite a few years, even though I bought other expensive Melodeons. But when I came back to playing Melodeon a couple of months ago, I decided I didn't like the horrible clacky bass buttons, loose as they are, and although the action had been limited on this one, the kind of felt had worn away and the buttons are doing what they often do on these instruments, and that is disappear into the holes. So I said to Martin, can you retune this? It was very wet tuned, and so can you sort of tighten up the tuning, and can you do something about the action? But then I thought, I've got another Erica. This one here was one I bought a few weeks after I bought my first one, and it's actually a GC, so it's tuned lower than the other one. But I prefer the look of it. And also with this one, the action on the treble side was already properly limited. It had been done by Martin before he sold it to me. So what we decided to do was to swap the reeds over, so that what was my GC became my DG and my black one became my GC. So I left this one with Martin for a week. Obviously didn't have to do it to the treble side because it had already been done. He's sorted out the bass side. He's put felt bushes in there so that the buttons don't clack around in the holes, and he's done something with the rod so that the buttons don't go down so far. And he's retuned it, and what he's done, he's turned it into a fourth button start, which means that the fourth button down on each side is the root note of that row. So the fourth button down is a D on the D row, G on the G row, and he's what we call dedic tuned it, which means to say that the notes are, or the reeds are tuned either side of the concert pitch. Usually with usual Melodeon tuning, one reed is tuned bang on concert pitch and the other one is tuned sharp to that, to your preference of how wet you want it. And this was too wet, so we hit on what we call +10, which is the reed tune +5 either side of concert pitch, reducing as it goes up to the higher pitch note. So it's I don't know what it is up here, probably about +3 or something, +2. Anyway, I shall show you the results. So he flattens the thirds on all the major chords. C major in both directions, G major, D major, D major in the other direction, A major, but he didn't touch the B minor or E minor for some reason. The thirds and those are okay. And the overall effect sounds really good. It sounds sort of in tune with itself. I'll just give you a little burst of what this thing sounded like last week. This is it. It's got quite a... Remember, it's the reeds are the same, the box has changed, and obviously the mechanism is the same as it was on this box. That's not been changed apart from the limiting, but it's essentially the reeds out of the black box are now in this one. So it sounds like this now. It's a really nice sound. So if I play just a run in G, to my ears, that sounds really good, and it's a nice light box. Only weighs about £6.5, and I'm really looking forward to getting stuck into doing some proper practicing. Anyway, I'll give you a little tune so you sort of hear what it actually sounds like when it's played. So that's a little bit of a tune there, just to let you hear what it sounds like. I'm really pleased with it. So thank you, Martin, and I can't wait to do some serious practicing. I should also say that this has got what we call the Anna Harter layout, whereby it's fourth button start. So this is G on the G row, this is D on the D row, and you've got your usual accidentals there. But you've got a full lower scale of G major. So you have G A, B C, D E, F sharp, and then up to the G and then down in the usual way. Sometimes these fourth button start boxes just have a continuation of the major triad going down. The box that I showed you last week, the Cardine, that had that kind of layout, which is also a really good layout. But this means, as I say, you've got that lower scale of G, which means you can play quite a lot of tunes that have those low notes. Anyway, that's a brief insight into what is essentially a new box. So thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next blog.